comments up on her phone. Let's see. I need to put my okay. That should be it. See if anyone wait a few minutes, see if anybody else comes in. If anybody's watching, let us know if it's working okay. How's the signal? Let me put this right here. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. 1, 2, 3 thumbs up. Hello, Mr. Mark. How are you? Will? Can you hear me okay? Who's the cutie? My better half by far, Cousin Scott, my better half. Okay, thank you, Will. I've got the phone set up where I can see some of the comments coming up, so I'll try to keep up with them. Hello, Uncle Terry, how are you? Teenage Farmer, thank you. There's Mr. Will. Not too bad. How's everybody doing? Hey, Mr. Steve, how are you? Says we've got 8 people in, 5 thumbs up. If you guys don't mind, hit the thumbs up button for me. Screwing off with the coast again, just kidding. Yeah, that's what we're doing for sure. For sure. It's a yearly trip for my birthday week. I take off all week from the daily job, so we usually try to schedule to come down here. The last couple of years we've been here with my mom and dad in October because my dad's birthday is the 14th and mine's the 25th. There's Crestview Farm, been waiting for this. Doing pretty good, Teenage Farmer. Pretty good. Uncle Terry, we're doing good, enjoying it. It's our last night here. There's Glenn and Annette. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cousin Scott. Like I said, the comments come up on the phone here. I finally got them out, so I can see some of them there, but if I look down on her phone, just bear with me. But it's kind of open game. I don't really have anything on the agenda. If you guys got any questions about anything or want to know more about what's going on, let me know. Just kind of, like I said, wrapping up the last couple of days here. We've been here. Honeymoon is over. Until next year. Well, actually, we said this is our 4th time down here this year, so we usually try to come 3 or 4. Been working a lot lately, so apologize for not able to watch much. Thank you, Mr. Steve, for sharing it out. I really appreciate that. Mr. Mark, I hope that things slow down for you. We can see some more videos over the winter. Do miss seeing what you got going on. I like that top link piece you made for the farm mile there. That was pretty nice. But like I said, we usually come 4 times. We were down here, I think, in March of this year. We came back in June, I believe, and again in July, or no, August. And then, of course, the October week. So 12 people in, 9 thumbs up. You guys don't get quiet on me. We'll stay on as long as you got anything you want to talk about, any questions or something you want to discuss. Let's see. I always wanted to travel down there. Yes, it's beautiful. We love it here. I think I've said it before, but been coming down here since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. My grandmother was an avid fisherman on my dad's side. She loved to fish, pier fish and stuff, and so we kind of started celebrating both of our birthdays down here years ago, and it's grown a lot. The Big Rock Landing, Big Rock Tournament, Marlin Tournament really put it on the map here in Morehead City, so it's grown quite a bit. It's not been, Cousin Scott, we got down here on Wednesday and it was super hot. There wasn't a stitch coffee, but average of about 68 to 70, so it's not chilly at all, but the cool wind. Ag Wild How you doing, man? Evening. Thank you for dropping in. Enjoy your time now, burn out, let slow down inside, works. Yes, Ron, I know exactly what you're saying. I used to do what you do every day. I did it for 2 years straight, 400 miles a day. It's not for me. It's not for me anymore. Not with these idiots out here. Let's see. Teenage Farmer says, "How many acres do you have?" If you don't want to answer that, it's small. The whole farm is. It started out at 45 acres. A couple acres have been divided off here or there for various reasons. It's down to about right around 30, 28 to 30, I think. And there's only about maybe, I don't know, 15 to 18 acres that I can actually work. A lot of it is in wood, some of it is across the creek and stuff like that. So it's not big at all by any means. I wish it was, but it's what my grandfather started, and that's what we're going to keep going with. So, hey guys, we love Outer Banks. JT West, yes sir, we do too. We love it here. Absolutely love it. We were just talking about that tonight. It's been an awesome trip so far. Let's hear from the wife. Farm thoughts that she gives with you. Your hoarding tendencies. Oh yeah, my hoarding tendencies on the farm equipment. That's Will. I tell you about all the time. Mr. Bryce, good evening. I'm eavesdropping while I finish paperwork. No problem. Thank you for coming in. CMDSR. How are you from Gretna, Virginia? Thank you, sir, for dropping in. Nice. That's a lot more than we've got. Well, like I said, it's still a work in progress, Teenage Farmer, but I really appreciate your support on what I'm doing. And I will say up front, I have been kind of slack on watching videos here lately with trying to finish up, all the projects I've got going on. We did make one last cutting of hay for Jack and for a friend of mine's goats, so there'll be an upcoming video on that. I've gotten myself stretched thin, staying at the farm, trying to utilize the time, not coming in till 7:30 or 8, and then I don't want to just, ignore her all night, so let's see. It takes a lot of strength dealing with it. Oh, it does, Ron. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I don't see how you do it, really. I mean, we talk about that, especially on these beach trips. Driving is probably the furthest I drive, anytime recently, 4.5, 5 hours down here, and I'm constantly gabbing in the back all the time. Let's see. If I miss you guys, just bear with me. I'm seeing them on the screen. They go away quick, but you guys know how I like to talk. Let's see. Far away farm, I'm going to pick up a heifer tomorrow. No, I do not want one, Will. No, you keep your heifers.
We'll take a couple.
No, she's, Jack liking his new grove. Haven't had the chance to give it to him yet, Will. I think he smells it through the barn, though. Mr. Nelson don't grab pennies on the dollar on his meals and hotel rooms, does he? No. That is the main reason that I do pennies on the dollar on the farm, so that I can spend it on her. Not that she's happy with anything, but I try to give her as much as I possibly can, which I don't have a lot to give. But I don't want the farm to take away from, our personal aspects of it. And I try to hoard back a whole lot. I've been hoarding for this trip for quite a while, so let's see. Mr. Bryce, drive a truck. Yeah, Scott's asking Ron. David Donaldson, good evening. How are you? Pretty good here. Enjoying me. Hang on, bear with me, guys. I'm gonna see if I can set this up here where I don't have to look down so much. It's kind of weird on one screen. It's can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let her talk tonight. I promise. I cut her out of it last time. Let's see, CMSDR. We just got back from Kill Devil Hills. Oh, Kill Devil Hills. I haven't been there in a long time. I went down there. I think the last time I was maybe 7 or 8 years old. What are you gonna do? Write something down?
Mm-mm.
Oh. And Cape Hatteras. But we actually did get to go to the Cape Lookout Lighthouse this time. They've got it closed to go up in the lighthouse. But man, that was beautiful. All the years I've been coming down here, I've never really taken a trip over there, but we did finally this time. Let's see, AgWild, what does the IP stand for in China? Oh, okay. My grandfather's name was Ira Pope, and actually there is an active corporation, like I said, going on right now. And that's where the incorporation comes in. It has been since 1979 when it was established. So I basically just shortened up just for some public reason. So I don't know if that's just your phone or. Usually behind. First, next one. Okay. Let's see. said that. Hi, Will. Teenage farmer. It's a good question. Bryce, do you have a mailing address in the description? Yes, sir, I do, Bryce. It's a PO box, but it's in my description. It's not in the description of the video, but it's in the about section. I'll put it that way. Farmer, usually behind every successful man, there is a woman with a stick. She has a big stick, but I'll tell you, she is my rock. I've said that numerous times. She does support me, 100% on what I'm doing. There are some long nights that I might get the stick when I get in the house, but usually I try to keep it up. I mean, that's what I've said before. It's hard because I work full time till 3:30 in the afternoons, and in summer it's not that bad. But usually I don't spend but a couple hours up there. Maybe, I'm usually trying to be home by 6 or 6:30 to spend some time with her. And there'll be nights, especially doing hay this year that I was a lot later. So let's see. Evening, Mr. Lloyd. How are you? Thank you, Mr. Steve. Mr. Bryce, Steve just put that in the comments there. Let me go back here just a second, see if I missed. It seemed like Will said something. Will, Jack, orders and grub. Will. Let's hear from the wife. Farm thoughts and how she deals with your hoarding tendency. Yeah, we never did answer that. So now your turn to talk. What do you think about it? Cat's got her tongue.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't care what he does with the farm. It's not my cup of tea, but I just support him in whatever he wants to do. Whether it's buying farm equipment or spending time at the farm, as long as he's happy, I'm happy.
That's really a huge plus for me. It really is. Pat Dan made it. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. She has, like I said, been a huge supporter from the beginning. It does take quite a bit of my time. When I first started, it was just on Saturdays. And good evening, Mr. Gary. So you brought your daughter along this trip. Yep. She's something. But what was I saying? Outstanding, Mr. Will. Yeah, she. Oh Lord, I'm lost for train of thought. What was I talking about? This is a lot different, guys. I can't go back and hit the stop button and re-record. You have no idea how much I re-record stuff that I do, believe it or not, as much as I talk. Her. In the beginning, it was just a couple of days a week, when I was clearing and doing stuff. But, now that we've really gotten into it, and I'm figuring out real quick what I had worried about with the hay situation as far as my job schedule. Because I'm basically on call 24/7, 365. I've worked my way up the ladder to the point to where I don't have to do that quite as much as I used to, but if the phone rings, I still have to go. Guys depend on me for certain situations. So with a hay, working full-time job, trying to get that finished up, being at home with her, I mean, it has put I'm not gonna say a strain, but it's been a definitely a different a change this year. I'll put it that way. Okay, where did I miss? I missed some. Your phone's going dead. Tractor Talk with Gary, brought your wife outstanding. Cow Emporium Live is very, yes, it is, and that very, very hard. When I do intros and outros, I don't even know why I do them anymore. She got the little clip, I don't know if you guys saw it today, that I put on Instagram and Facebook. Sitting in the car this morning before we left, I think I filmed that like 10 times before I got it just right. I would forget to say something, I wouldn't say this, I wouldn't say that. So there's a whole lot that goes on behind the scenes with the camera that you guys don't see with my crazy OCD, I guess you would say. Happy wife, happy life. Yes, sir. That's for sure, Mr. Dan, for sure. Teenage farmer, well, your videos are always smoother than mine. You do a great. Well, I really appreciate that. They're all still cringy. I still haven't gotten the what's the best way to put it? I haven't got it down. If you guys got any suggestions on what you'd like to see changed in the videos? I've tried some where I don't talk at all. I've tried some with doing more talking than actually working, which usually that's the way they end up. But I really appreciate all the input on the videos and the support you guys bring to the channel. Let's see. Pines Edge Farm. Hello, Mr. Eric. You made it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Crestview Farm. My wife supports my tractor addiction, so I support her. That's the best way to be. That's the best way to be. It's definitely a team effort. I don't do probably as much as I should for her as far as the things, but this farm deal is something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, and carried on the legacy and the history of the farm itself. Has been a huge change for our family, and we're kind of working together on it, if you will. Time there, time with her, time, we've got a lot of futuristic plans behind the scenes for ourselves that we talk about. So, there's limitations and reasons for everything, but it's all working out pretty good. So, definitely. 24 people in, 14 thumbs up. If you guys come in, if you don't mind, I usually don't beg for it or ask for it, but hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind as you're coming in. If you have to leave and go out and hit it, come back. My videos aren't doing the best. The views are up and down. I know you guys get bored with some. I've got some superb followers and subscribers that are always there, and I really appreciate that. It hasn't grown quite as much as I thought it would after I made it to 1,000, but I'm going to say this, and I hesitated on it. I'm just going to say it real quick, and I'll go back to a couple comments. But we had a loss in the side of the family from my grandfather. I'm not going to go into very much detail and put it out on public, whatever. But we dealt with that a couple of weeks ago. But when I was at the service, to be able to see some of the family members that I haven't seen since I was 6 or 7 years old, and for them to acknowledge what I've been doing at the farm and be able to see that, because a lot of them were from out of town. So that's really what I started this whole ordeal for, was for the family and for carrying on the legacy of what my grandfather started. So it's kind of combined, and then you guys chip in there and have really made it fun. I mean, it's really fun. I really enjoy it. At one point I did get to where it was more of a job, and I took a little bit of a break and kind of put things in a better perspective, and now I really do enjoy it. And the support factor that you guys bring is amazing. It really is. Huh?
Teenage farmer, how long has the farm been in your family?
Yeah, I apologize, guys. Her phone is going dead here, so maybe back. I'm trying not to miss any of you. So, how long has it been? Teenage farm. That's a good question. My uncle was on here in the very beginning. He may still be Terry Pope. It dates back to pre-Civil War in the family itself. It was. It's kind of up and down. It was well over 500 acres years and years and years ago. And like I said, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but the barn where I've done the farm office and all was my, what did Scott say? Does he talk that much at home? Like, yes.
Yes.
I do, Scott, I do. Back teenage farmer, the barn itself was my great grandfather's home place. He built it, and that stayed on the land there. And then my grandfather was actually, born, and he lived in that house for I think 2 or 3 years, I believe. And then they moved it from where it was sitting about 150 yards over and re-put it back up. So that barn actually is a 2-story plantation farmhouse from the 1800s. So it dates way back. I don't know as many of the details. That's one of the big things on the farm office. I want to try to get as many of the family members as I can there, to talk about some of these stories and write some of it down. I mean, it's hearsay, but there was 7 brothers and sisters, and now we have, I guess it's just 2 brothers and my mom. Is that right? Yes, I think so. Yeah. So, all right, let me back up here a minute, go up here to her phone, bear with me. Sorry for your loss. You're doing an awesome job with your farm. Thank you, Mr. Will. I really appreciate that. Pat Dan, you guys are doing great videos. You're getting back. Thank you for that. IH Farmer, really enjoy your videos, Nelson. You have made a lot of progress. I have to say, I do agree with you, and you guys are a lot of that reason, because it's stopping by. AJ, I just saw your comment. Thank you for being here, brother. Yes, thank y'all very much for the loss. Like I said, it's been tough, because that was I'll just say the eldest brother, and he lived a wonderful life, and it's tough. It's been tough all the way around the board, but it was a proud moment for everybody to for things to be going the way they are on the farm. So that made it all as best as it possibly could be. Let's see. I have to answer Scott. Thank you, Gary. Sorry for your loss for me. Never worry about what you show. Thank you for that, Mr. David. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Dan. Let's see, AT West, there's Scott, there's Mr. Mark, always tough, lose the family. Yes, it was Mr. Mark for sure. So it's Oak and not Locust. Not sure what that one was. Explain that one again. CMDSR, so it's Oak, not Locust. I might have missed something in a previous comment. I'm trying to keep up with this, guys. I'm sorry. Far away, Logan, Ed, Bryce, cousin Ed, definitely history. Definitely do the history you can now. Mom passed away in 2020. Yes. Look, there's Andy. Pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar, Andy. I got to tell him that is why we're here right now. This is the 4th trip for this year. So now you know why I have to do pennies on the dollar. I'm just giving her a hard time. Let me go back to, Mr. Bryce. Yes, that's, you know, the time I'm getting to spend with Dad, and I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, but the next video you guys will see, I think Sunday, was probably something that I've built up for 30 plus years. It's something that's never happened in the sense that it did. And so I really hope you guys enjoy it. You know, I've seen taking Mom and Dad on that road trip the other day was amazing. I mean, it just, it warmed my heart. My mom worries so much that she thinks she's a burden on me or whatever. My dad, I mean, they're getting up in their years too, but it's what we've always all dreamed of, and I've had a dream of it since I was a little kid. So I mean, we're living it right now and sharing it with you guys, and that's absolutely amazing. It really is. The home place house. Oh yes, yes sir, yes. Okay. Here we go. Some of these go away too quick. Let's see. I think you should do a blooper reel. I have plenty of them. That's true. I think most of my videos are blooper reels. Will, if you really want to get honest about it. Let's see. Try not to look at the phone too much. Hey Nelson, just got in from helping my friend Corey with a corn dryer. Didn't know you were doing a live stream. I'll go back and watch it from the start. Finish my corn. So that's awesome, Mr. Charlie. I'm glad you got to finish that. Hope the dryer fix went well. You and Corey have an awesome situation now. I really enjoyed seeing that the other day, how you guys help each other out. Congratulations, PA Granny, former cousin Grumpy. Okay. But yeah, you guys, going back to the farmhouse though, the barn there, what is your name? CMDSR. I know that stands for something, but if you want a nickname or something, because you're all the time in the comments following me, you can scroll. Yeah, I'm doing that. And as much as I can, my wife's phone's over here on 11%. I made sure mine was charged up, but I did get me a mount though. Last time I had you guys set up on a towel, so let's see. Carl, okay, Carl, great. If you don't mind me using that. Yes, all those timbers actually too came off of the home place there, the farm. That's the weird part about it. There's only, to my knowledge, 3 hardwood trees left on the whole property. And we all pretty much say that was because both houses, the farmhouse is still standing, the 2-story that you see sometimes in the background, and the barn itself, all that timber was cut and sawmilled on the farm. The mount was pennies on the dollar. You daggone right it was, Scott. I actually went to Walmart today, and I had a $30 one in my hand, and I had a $10 one in my hand. I got the $10 one, had to come home, fabricate it, cut one of the clips off, take the bolt out of it, make it work, but that's what you guys are hanging on. Let's see. James. You never late, Mr. Pittman, if you're here. Thank you, sir, for that. No problem at all. Let's see what's in his thing. Scott still have some crony corn. I'll be trucking. That F600 is awesome. I really enjoy that. I video using, look at that while Raymond's phone's on. I know that's exactly what I said, Andy, exactly what I said. Let's see. But Will, yes, it's really gotten bad here lately with my intros and outros. I don't know why I just cut them out completely. Scott said, "Oh, tightwad, you know it, tightwad, that's for sure." One happy farmer, finished harvest today, time to take a vacation. I don't blame you. I'm gonna tell you what, if I had to deal with the wind that you've been dealing with during that harvest, I would be a basket case. She can attest to that. I cannot stand wind, crazy drivers, or bees. That's my 3 just pet peeves right there. And you had 2 of those 3 going on. Let's see. Why are women's phones always dead? Phone's about dead. Car's about. Yeah, you're right, IH Farmer. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Say hello, Jeff. Teenage farmer far away from. I wish I could do that. Unfortunately, I didn't do I did that, I wouldn't have a video. No, yours are fine. I haven't got to watch as much of yours, Teenage Farmer. Honestly, I've caught some of them. I will say this up front with my OCD. Nelson, you need therapy. Yes, I do. I do, Andy. You have no idea. I really do. But going back, Teenage Farmer, I try to watch every video, every second of every video. I mean, I know that people, they'll click on there, they'll make a comment or something, and sometimes you look back and it's like, they comment 5 minutes into the video and it's a 25-minute video. I mean, there's no way. So I make sure that I do, and sometimes I'll get sidetracked. So I've got several of your videos that I've started, but I haven't finished completely. So I promise I will get back to that. Let's see. I know Andy had something to say. What he moved my 200 truck load of corn a bit. Goodness, AJ. Wow. You guys, I don't see how you do it. I mean, I'm thankful that you do. Thankful that you do, and hopefully you guys can get a little bit of smile and entertainment when you get finished in the afternoon coming in and watching my little crazy operation. But I really appreciate what all you guys do and the hours that you put in for that. So he says, I need therapy. I do need therapy. Him and Scott are going to get on it probably. Okay, ask her something, because I'm babbling here again. 26 people in, 22 thumbs up. Thank you very much for that, guys. I really appreciate that. Anything you want to know, anything else? I mean, as much as I talk, I probably babble on and on. All the time, so there's probably not much that you don't know. 3 forms of communication: telegraph, telephone. That's pretty good. I like that, Mr. David. I like that. Come on, Nelson, we watch for Jack. I'm telling you what, Jack, this year, oh my gosh, I don't know. My dad and mom get the biggest kick out of it. I mean, it's every time I open that gate, he will come running and gets right in front of the tractor. He's never not in the way, and he knows what he's doing because he knows it aggravates me and it gets under my skin. But I mean, that day, the reel, I don't know if you guys saw it, where I put the little music in it with Michael Jackson, but he just stood there and then walked over to me. When I walked back over to get on the tractor, then he continually went right back, and notice where he was in the middle of the hay bind, so I couldn't really drive forward. But anyway, let's see. Never thought my equipment tore video. I saw that today. I saw that on your community page, Adam. That's unreal. See, that's the thing. I don't think I have a single video over like 3,000 views, and I think the only ones that really ever did good were where I did the injection pump on the 1086. So I know that has a big deal with this whole YouTube thing with the algorithm as far as my views, why it doesn't grow. But, like I said, as long as I've got you guys that really support me, I mean, I really appreciate that. But, a lot of it's for the family and for the memories and for the history. I do enjoy it. I would be a liar to sit here and say that, ooh, can I get 1,500? Can I get 2,000? I mean, I never thought I'd make it to 500, but we did. And hopefully it'll continue to grow and you guys enjoy it. I mean, I know it's going to be repetitious and monotonous, but hopefully, you'll continue to follow the journey with me. Let's see. Back up here. Come on, Nelson, watch for Jack. Answer that. And videos are short, like my attention span. Well, Mr. Bryce, that's funny. It's like one time I do really good, and it's a video that I really think is going to be a 10, 12 minute video, and it turns out to be 7 or 8 minutes, and then the next one is just, what happens is when I get to talking in the clips, like the ones coming up, I think the next one's 8 minutes, and then the following one's 14, and they should be reversed. But let's see, Jack's definitely cool. You can have him if you want to, Mr. Charlie. That's for sure.
No.
Well, I know I'm telling you, Mr. Will. Hopefully, I'm not buffering. If you guys, her phone is buffering. But anyway, they've been out unreal this year. I did not see but 2 Yellow Jackets nests this year, which I didn't do any clearing, but the paper nest wasps were unreal. It was very, very bad this year. And of course now we're getting the box elder bugs and the stink bugs, of course. See, Teenage Farmer dude, don't worry about watching my videos. I'm sure you're always, well, it's not that I'm always busy. I mean, like I said, I've got with the OCD up here, I've got kind of a routine, and I've got off of that routine quite a bit. Several of you have figured that out. But I will be there eventually. It may take me, used to, I prided myself, I had to watch the videos in the same day, but I'm subscribed to a lot, and, like I said, I'm not going to cut anybody short on it. So I'll definitely be there, Teenage Farmer, because you're there for every one of mine, and I really appreciate that, and that's what this is all about. Let's see. Tractor Talk, I've seen one of those nests than usual, too. Well, y'all keep those bees up there. What's your wife's name?
My name's Terry.
Terry. That's what I call her, Terry. Let's see. Came to your channel from Trinity Dairy and have enjoyed everyone. I really appreciate that, Mr. Carl. Alan did. There has been several, and Cousin Scott on here, Scott Small Farming and Things. Any of you guys that's not familiar with him, he's the one that put me on the map in the very beginning. He was, I believe, combining soybeans and did me a shout out. A bunch of people came over from his channel, and it's just grown from there. And I've had several shout outs. Andy's done one, Ed's done one. I've had a lot of bigger channels that's really helped me out. Dylan Joyce, Joyce Brothers Farm, Russ Thomas. I was hoping to see Russ in here tonight. He might still be out harvesting, but you guys are amazing, and I can't say thank you enough for all that. Hopefully you do enjoy it. It's definitely, I think it's something different all the time. It's not the same old, same old. I had one guy, I'll get back to that in a minute. Bless your heart, Terry. Tell me one time that, he knows how to combine soybeans and knows how to, harvest corn and stuff. And after doing that all day, weeks and weeks on end, that it's nice to get a break from something a little bit different. So, I've always kept that in the back of my mind. There's another one that was on here a few minutes ago that told me to always keep it real and not be somebody that I'm not. So, and that's the biggest reason for a lot of the videos is just, it might not be the most interesting thing, but I said in the beginning, it's basically a vlog of what I'm doing at the farm. I used to, when I first started, I was trying to do a video every day. I don't see how people do that. I really don't. Not with my mind, but anyway, I'm getting behind on comments again. Bear with me. Scott said, "What's your wife's name? Came to your channel. Okay. Did you catch that Ed's video where you could hear the Yellow Jackets?" On tonight's video, Mr. Gary, I don't know, but I have kind of had to laugh in the background about all the stink bugs. He made fun of me for all those years with the Yellow Jackets and all the stink bugs he's dealing with. Goodness, I can't even imagine. He's woke up an arsenal from there. Let's see. Can I go back up here? See that I put my finger in front of the camera? No, I can't do that. I was offered a free meal and some coach hey, customer. Respectfully decline. I don't blame you there at all, Mr. Charlie. I don't blame you there at all. Do your vids for your own reason. We are all just goofballs and willing to watch them. History is huge. Thank you for that, Mr. Lloyd. I really appreciate it. Crestview, I got stung on the arm one day when I was raking hay for Jacob. Y'all can keep those bees. I mean, I'm not going to say that last year the ordeal I had with the Yellow Jackets didn't deter me from the clearing this year. And I mean, honestly, I haven't cleared a stitch of anything other than around the cedar tree and the end of the bottom land at the beginning of the year. And then my buddy cleared a little bit around. I think I showed that on the video. And of course, we hit a Yellow Jacket's nest, but I just couldn't deal with them this year. Of course, now that it's fall, they're everywhere. I mean, everywhere you look, there's Yellow Jacket flying because they're looking for food. So let's see. Scott, Terry, hi, bless your heart, Mary to Nelson. Yes, I'll get back to that. She's a strong woman. You guys know. I mean, I haven't shut up here for more than 30 seconds. She said 4 words again, so she's used to it. Terry with an I, Terry with an I, Andy with an I. Exactly. We're here to watch you being real, not fake. Thank you for that, Mr. Carl. I really appreciate it. I'm always going to be that. It might get old, like I said, with my repetitive nature. It's not the next video you're going to see, but it's on the service truck where I'm outfitting the service truck. I think every time I turn the camera on, I said, okay, guys. I mean, it's like in every clip here, guys. I mean, it's like if I don't do something, I mean, I don't have to touch the things 4 or 5 different times, but it's like in my mind, I've got a certain routine. I eat the same thing every day for lunch. They make fun of me at work. The same exact thing every day, 5 days a week. 365 days a year if I'm at work. Let's see. AJ, Faraway Farm, do you have many wood ticks around there? The only bug problem I'm telling you. No, we don't. My daughter and her boyfriend do a lot of hunting down here in the eastern southern part of the state, and they have a lot of problem with deer ticks and stuff. But I haven't had an issue with ticks really at all. The only bugs that we really had an issue with have been the Yellow Jackets, of course, and those stupid box elder bugs. And then this year, I think it's been in the video already, I had mosquitoes so bad in the shop, it was unreal. I mean, just like for a week or two, I went in there and it was like they were everywhere. And I think if you can see in the video, I stole one of her citronella candles from the house and took it up there and I think I had it burning on the front of the Ford service truck. Let's see. Too much of a fight every day with things. That's why I quit trying to do video. I understand that, AJ. I really do. I mean, like I said, I mean, you guys that do this for a living full time and hundreds of acres, I really enjoy watching and following on the journey because there's no way that I could, I mean, I can barely do what I do, filming. I don't see how you guys do it, but I really appreciate all of it. See, Catherine Heitsinger, honeybees aren't yellow jackets, love my bees, but then they irritate every now and then. Oh, I agree with you there, Catherine. I've got a honeybee nest. They're actually in a huge cedar tree that's probably about 3 feet around, and they've been there for, I think 3 years now, 4 years. And I actually had somebody come and try to, get the queen out, and they could move the hive, and they wouldn't. They're there every year. I guess they stay, but they don't bother me. I mean, I can mow right beside, I can clear right up there. They're fine. The yellow jackets, I don't, a honeybee, if it's a regular honeybee, I assume, I don't know much about bees, but they're not aggressive like a yellow jacket, and they can only sting once. So if one gets on me, for whatever reason, I squash him, he stings me, it's over with. Yellow jacket, no. But I understand what you're saying. Honeybees serve a purpose, at least. Yellow jacket, that's true. That's exactly right. I do not understand why the good Lord created yellow jackets. I can't stand that. I can't stand yellow jackets at all. But those honeybees are still there to this day, actually. And I've threatened to do something with them, but you know what? They're not bothering me. And if I ever do get crops, they'll be great for that. But so I'm going to leave those alone. Honey, we're going to have to plug your phone in. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Bees okay, yellow jackets no. Well, the struggle is real. That it is. The struggle is always real. Let's see. The word I have to edit out is so. Well, there are several. Well, I think when I first started the channel, it was but anyway. And I'm getting back to that. I was real conscious of it for a while with all that stuff. But when I was turning the camera on the other day and said, okay, guys. I mean, it's unreal. So I apologize for that ahead of time for the video you're going to see Sunday. Let's see. Hey, Terry Nelson, enjoy your time. Hey, Mr. Robert, thank you very much for that. We are. It's been a great week so far, great weather, and we've really enjoyed our time away for sure. JT West, I'm curious, what's the lunch choice? The lunch choice, it is Chef Boyardee, beefaroni in a can, Vienna sausages, cheese crackers, and water. It's been that way now for that solid for 8 years, and I've always ate Chef Boyardee for lunch whenever I'm at my daily job for, 35 years probably. Let's see. Cow Emporium, same for me. It's also, well, I don't feel so bad now that you guys are admitting what I don't see it in any of your videos, so you must do great with editing it out. But, usually by the time that comes out of my mouth, there's already something following. I'm talking, and when I edit it out, it just makes it stupid. So I just have to leave it in there because you know how much I talk anyway. Good to hear, Mr. Robert. Thank you, sir. Crestview. I'm just, I stutter a lot in my videos. You don't stutter as much as I do. Trust me. Well, the stop and record button is the best thing for me. What did Andy say? I don't edit anything out. That's what it is. I know that's the lunch at Champions. Now you know what not to eat. If you don't want the OCD, you don't want to babble all the time and talk too much, then don't eat the Chef Boyardee and Vienna sausages every day. Yeah, we know you are, but I mean they're just going. And you need to stop sugarcoating things and just go ahead and say what's on your mind. You guys are all right. I'm gonna leave you with her for just a second. I'm gonna see if I can get a charging cord over here on her phone. So y'all go ahead and have at it with her for a minute. Just watch the comments, see what she can do. She's already turning red and giving me the evil eye. I don't think this is gonna work. We have a plug-in over there. Nobody's asking her any questions. She's not talking. Okay. Oh, this is my charger. Is it gonna work on yours?
Hello.
Oh, it did. Did it? I think it did. Yeah. Okay. We might have a solution, guys. I wasn't prepared for her phone to be dead. How do you turn your screen? This one? Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll try that. It's okay, too. That is Annette and Glenn. They're from, well, it's not, you're not directly in Alberta, are you? Or you're right beside Alberta, but they have like thousands and thousands and thousands of acres. It's unreal. So,
That's awesome.
So Terry, how do you deal with his OCD?
It's very hard.
Don't let her lie to you. Where did it come from?
It actually came from me, I think.
Yeah. I think I had a touch of it, and then when we got married, I think it just we rubbed off on each other.
Yeah, I'm very OCD. Everything has to be a certain way. And there's a place for everything.
Mm-hmm. So the truth comes out now, right, guys? You know where it comes from. Farming Fun and Profit, take a slice of bologna, slice of cheese, wrapping a honey bun around it. Now, I love the bologna and cheese. I don't know about wrapping around a honey bun, but that does sound pretty good. That is my favorite snack as far as at night time. Alberta, they are in Alberta. How many, you may not want to answer that on here, Annette, but I know you've told me before, but how many acres is it roughly? Let's see, Carl says, my wife is OCD and the kids have bomb moving the ornaments. Oh, the Christmas tree. So how many of you guys have your Christmas tree up yet? Today is October the 29th? 8th?
8th.
28th. So how many of you guys have your Christmas tree up yet? Let's ask that. Lloyd said everything is in place and everything in its place. Yes, 100%. Mr. Roberts says no, not yet. Well, when did you put our Christmas tree up?
Well, going back to
Okay.
everything has a place.
Mhm.
I like to move Nelson's things, and that way when he goes back to find them, they're nowhere to be found. And he just searches around until he finds them.
Yeah. And most of the time, well, I'm going to say that 70% of the time I moved them myself, and I blame it on her because she does do that once in a while. But I think a lot of it is just getting old. Let's see. Goes up day after Thanksgiving. Hang on, let me drop down. Mr. Roberts said no, 1,440 acres.
Wow.
That's unreal.
That's awesome.
And that goes up day after Thanksgiving. Not us. We get a real Christmas tree. Love that too. We tried that for a couple of years in the beginning. No tree for me anymore. Understand that. Crestview Farm says, I wish that would stretch a little bit further so I'm not looking so far off the camera. Oh, it will. Look. Oh. Progress, guys. Progress. No tree. My wife already has farm decked out with lights. I won't put it up till later. I have to say I hate it when people move my craft tools, etc. I know where they are and expecting them to. Amen to that, Mr. Charlie. Amen to that. That's why my service truck doors have one key and that's it. Nobody can get into it but me. Including the chicken house. Well, she's already put up our Christmas tree. She is the minute that it drops below about 80 degrees, it's automatic fall. Now she's not a pumpkin spice type, whatever, blah blah blah. But she's ready for Christmas. She's counting down the days of Christmas. So our Christmas tree's already up. It's not decorated yet, but it's already up. She loves Christmas time for sure. Let's see, did I miss anything? And actually, then after that, we got my grandmother's Christmas tree from my dad's side, and we used it for several years. I mean, that was, remember walking around that Christmas tree when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I'm a big history buff. I get that from my mom. If you guys hadn't already been able to tell. Carl says, good for you, Terry. Like I said, it's open game on her as far as questions. She can bash me, run me in the ground, because I got fussed at last time because I wouldn't shut up and let her talk. So we've been on for about 45 minutes. I got 23 people in, 25 thumbs up. Thank you for that very much. If any of you guys are still here that were here in the beginning, thank you for that. We'll go on for, 13, 14 more minutes if you guys are interested. If you're not, if you want to start saying goodnight, I understand that totally. Just let me know. Let's see. Good for you. No, really. Not really. What would he say? Not really. Cousin Scott, he's a hoot. I should come by there on the way back up the road, Cousin Scott, and surprise you. You're just a little bit too far north of my trek back home. Stay for the hour to get to use. Amen to that. Teenage Farmer says keep going. That's fine. That's fine. Anything else you guys want to know? I'm not going to divulge everything about our personal life. I mean, you know a lot of it already, but farm related or anything about whatever this will probably be one of her last ones. I had to really twist her arm behind her to get her on here. I don't know if it's because I talk too much or what. I enjoy it because I think that would be a whole lot worse if I was on here by myself. But my plans are eventually to get internet to the farm office because the internet stinks there. That's another whole subject. I've been wanting to get a drone, and I'm so scared that I'll crash it because the internet. You would never think, being as where I am in that city, for lack of better words, that the internet would be so bad. But you get down the bottom down there, and it's not really low ground compared to the surrounding, and it's like you don't have any signal. I mean, I can't hardly get a video to load up there or anything. So, but hopefully that was my original plan. If we ever hit 1,000, was to do the first live in the farm office, and I've got to get back on that. I did move a desk in the other day and a couple of chairs, and we're finished up with the outside work at the farm. Like I said, the video you see on the last part of the hay, we're finished up there for the year. So just trying to button up on the service truck and a few other projects coming up. Yeah, I want to get a drone soon. I've wanted it forever, mainly because I don't know. I had a buddy come up. There's an older video. If you go back on the channel, I think it mentions drone in there, but because there's a 1979 aerial shot. I've showed that several times at the farm, and that's what I was trying to get back to. So drones are fun. You don't need internet. Don't you have to have the Wi-Fi signal or something though? Not necessarily internet, but I should say the phone signal. I said internet, didn't I? Mm-hmm. The signal on my phone is very, very, very low. What kind of work do you do on your off-the-farm job? I'm a supervisor for a water and sewer department in the municipality, so basically pull joysticks on an excavator all day. Mr. Charlie. Carl retracted his. Nope. So, JT West, so as long as I've got good signal with the phone, everything's good. But if the signal's low on the phone, then the Bluetooth part of it, I don't know anything about it, so I'm learning there too. But I know the guy that came up to do my drone shots, I work with him, he actually got it flown out quite a ways, and it kind of just hovered there for a minute because he had to move or walk around to get better signal on his phone or tablet, whatever he was using. So I'm not sure how that works, but what did I miss here? They went away. I have a DJ Mavic Pro, Mr. Steve. That's I think is it mini? Something mini, I think is what I was looking at. Mr. Steve, let's see. Good evening, buddy. How's your night going? Oh, that went down. You're doing a great job with the videos and what you're doing, getting the farm going again. Your grandpa will be very proud. Thank you very much for that, and John Deere too. I really appreciate that input on the videos and what I'm doing. That really means a lot. That really keeps me going. Okay, I don't use my phone. What do you use, Mr. Steve? As far as how do you control it or whatever? Technology and me do not get along at all. DJ has a line of minis. I think it is a DJ mini something, Mr. Steve. Crestview right now, I just want a GoPro. Was gonna buy the old, the one with the scratch, but finally finished it all. I'll tell you, Adam and Crestview, that was the best choice I ever made. Really, I tried the cheap Amazon ones, and there are a couple. Soybean farmer used to use one. I'm not sure if he still does or not, but he told me a lot about it in the behind the scenes, and it was a whole lot better than mine. But the color of the one I had and the sound was awful. And so actually it was on a beach trip one year. I actually bought it here. It's just a GoPro 8, Hero 8. I got the mod case that went around it, and I love that for the wind noise and stuff like that. But it was an expense, but it's definitely been worth it. It really has. Because way back in the beginning of the channel, I lost that one. I had it mounted on top of the loader and run under a limb and lost it. Well, the cheap ones have replaced it, but that was the best investment I've made, is the GoPro. All right, let me back up. I'm getting behind. Bear with me, guys. GoPro. Just got a drone, Nelson. Have yet to fly. Been too windy. Well, I'm looking forward to that, Mr. Gary. Do detail some information on that, because that's something I've been wanting to do for sure. And it sounds like I've got a couple of you guys that know a lot about them, so I might be falling back on you for that. But yeah, great. Gotta go. Thanks sincerely for including us for vacation at Code. Thank you for that, Mr. Charlie. Hope everything goes well with you and Corey finishing up what he's got and hauling everything. I really appreciate all your support. Scott said night to him. Steve says the drone has a controller. You can use a tablet to view. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be getting a drone sooner than I thought about. I wasn't supposed to tell her that. Let's see. I probably need to get one of those when we get done. Oh yeah. Let's see. What did he say? I probably need to get one of those before I get a drone. What, a GoPro? Is that what you're saying, Teenage Farmer? Let's see. Made it into the house. No Christmas tree yet, but Mom Misery's gifts in the safe place in the house. She will never look in the gun safe. I hear you, Mr. Bryce. So, Scott says, remember pennies on the... I know. Well, that's the other reason, of course. I mean, that's a huge expense. It really has been. But I think with the... I mean, there's only so many shots that only so many places I can put the camera on the baler or the rake or something like that, to get you guys shots. So I thought the drone would be super cool where you could, fly it down. Now that would be a whole nother story in itself, me trying to rake the windrows or bail and control the GoPro too. I mean, the drone too, to do some shots in. So it would probably be pretty comical for sure because I don't get along with the technology at all. Teenage Farmer says, yes, it was definitely a great investment. I think there's a lot of the bigger channels really that still film with Hero 4s and 5s. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. Mine's got a scratch right through the lens. It doesn't show up yet. If you get it in the sun just right, you can see a spot on it. Did that right off the bat, but with that mod thing around it. And I bought the big thing with me when I did the GoPro was that was when they first came out with the 9, and the only real difference was the Hero 9 showed you the forward-facing camera, and so I actually just bought the little lens, the screen that goes on top of the media mod, and it was cheaper that way because they said that they was set the hydro boost, or not hydro boost, that's the brake system. Whatever. What am I trying to say? The stabilization on the 8 was better than what the 9 was at that particular time, so they said. So that's why I went with the 8. Of course, it was cheaper too. Let's see. Soybean farmer sets his to follow. Yes. See, that's what I love about them, Scott. That's what my buddy was telling me. They have that follow me feature. So I figure, doing technical stuff, I could do that and it could follow me around. Then if I got to a point where I could swoop down, because I'll tell you what, I'm trying to get different shots, but with what I'm doing, it doesn't matter because I'm not on a time crunch. But that's what I say with you guys that, do it full time. I mean, it takes a lot just to stop the tractor, walk, 100 yards, set the camera up, get back on the tractor, go by, then stop, get back off, get it again. And I've started doing it where I film a whole lot more. Used to, it was like, I think it was a DJ Mavic Mini or something like that. Mini 2 maybe, possibly. I mean, it's not a real big one or a real expensive one, but I think that's what I was looking at. Terry, you got any duct tape?
No, but I need some. He's about to talk me to sleep.
I know. I haven't shut up really. I mean, we've been 55 minutes and I probably talked for 54 and a half of those. Bless my heart. I think they are on the Hero 11 now. Wow. My channels, I started my channel in 2021, January of 21, I think. And the 8 the 8 was out and the 9 was just coming out, so they're already 11. That's crazy. I got it's a Pocket Cam. Gosh, I should know more about it. I did a little review on it. That's got that crazy thing on it that turns the head. That is an awesome little camera. I don't use it very much just because I don't think about it. Does he talk in his sleep? Isn't that ironic? He says he's talking in his sleep. That's so she has to listen to me during waking hours, and I have to listen to her while we're sleeping. But no, she's most of the time I'll have to nudge her once in a while to make sure that she's awake.
That's just when I'm telling you to be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm getting a kick under the table here. What do you want to say about that? Tell about it. And we just got a few more minutes left. I know none of you guys are local, but I said this way back in the very beginning, but we're going to try to, what do you say, since you don't like seafood, what do you order when you go out? Look, he remembers I don't like seafood. Mm-hmm. I'll get back to that in just a minute, Carl. Look, because I never shut up. I do never shut up, Cousin Scott. You should know that. But I wanted to detail, we are going to try to do like a little fall festival / pumpkin patch / slash hayride slash all kinds of stuff fall related next year. I have too many deer to try to grow pumpkins right now till I can afford the fencing it would take. But if any of you guys watch Chris DeHaven Family Farm, I believe it's called Agritourism, I believe is how you pronounce that or whatever. But he's got a huge system there in Pennsylvania that him and his family do. And I've been watching that from the beginning, so stay tuned for that. That'll be a huge ordeal, but we'll probably get some wholesale pumpkins in, have a hayride where I'm gonna try to set her up a little, either a trailer or a little building or something to do some hot chocolate Brunswick stew, hot dogs, stuff like that. You know, little stuff for the kids and whatnot. So we're gonna try to do that next year at the farm to kind of, you know, bring a little bit more attention in, and I think we're in a good area for it as far as we both really enjoy that. We're really looking forward to that. We've been talking about it for several months, so definitely stay tuned for that in the future. That'll be something a little bit different. All right, let me go back here just a minute. Scott says I need duct tape. Yes, I know. Does he talk in his sleep since you don't have to sleep? Oh, Carl. Down here, we don't really hit that many. There's several home cooking places. There's a restaurant down here that's similar to, I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Madaro's restaurant, if that was North Carolina exclusive or not, but it's kind of an old school, fancy pants restaurant, if you will. But we figured out strategically things to eat at every restaurant. We do eat at the Sanitary here in Morehead City, which used to be, it's a fish market. It used to be called Tony's, I believe, if any of you guys are familiar with that. It's been here for years. It's right on the water. They have the best hamburger steak, in my opinion, in North Carolina, believe it or not. Yes, I go to a seafood restaurant and order a hamburger steak, but it is the bomb. And that's what we eat there. So, but we found out every little restaurant down here what they have the best of. But there's a lot of home cooked meals. There's a good pizza place down here we hit, so definitely. Let's see. Do you hunt? Because he never shuts up. No, I do not hunt. Don't, just never have. I don't have anything against it, but I don't myself. I've got a lot of friends that beg me to hunt at the farm, which, I mean, actually we're in the city limits. It would have to be bow hunting, but my mom would have a heart attack if she figured that out, so we can't do that. But they will eat me out of house and home, definitely. Well, yeah, my daughter does, and her flock to the farm because of the surrounding areas have built up so much. So we're over an hour, but I'm going to keep going until I answer some of these questions.
Engagement's new.
Moderators, I don't know how to do all that yet or whatever. So, I mean, it's been awesome. It's been great, you guys. We're an hour and 2 minutes in it. I don't know if they penalize you for going over or whatever. If there's anything else in the next few minutes you guys want to talk about, hit me up. I've gotten long-winded on several comments and conversations here, and I've tried to answer everything. I hope I haven't left anybody out, but if there's anything else that you guys want to know about or talk about briefly, let me know. If not, we'll probably get ready to wrap this up here shortly. So I don't see anything else coming in. We'll wait a few minutes. 28 thumbs up, 22 people in. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I think we got all the thumbs up of everybody. Long-winded. No, look at him. I'm gonna stop by there, Cousin Scott. You just be ready tomorrow. Have me a seat in that Gleaner, so they get to use mine. I want to ride in yours at least. Carl says pumpkin. I think so. I mean, like I said, we'll eventually grow our own. But like I told her, I mean, if I could try to grow anything, they would eat the seeds before they would even have a chance to do it, or eat the plants, eat everything. So we'll probably just kind of like, it's not going to be all exclusive about pumpkins, but a lot for the kids and stuff like that. And it's something too that we've kind of, me and her's talked about for years, and about how neat that stuff was. So let's see. Cousin Scott says, well, Robert. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Robert, for stopping in. Have a good evening, sir. I really appreciate that. Scott Gilbertson, hello. How are you? I think I've seen you before. There's Jackie, Gerald Farms. Thank you for being here. Crestview, so I'm headed out. You and Terry have a good time. Safe trip. Thank you very much, Adam. I really appreciate that. Party at Cousin Scott. Hey, yes, JT West, let's do it. He says bad tire. I think that's just an excuse to keep me from coming by there and talking too much to keep you from harvesting. Lloyd says therapy is highly overrated. I'm gonna remember that. I might use that one in the future. How far are you, JT West, from Cousin Scott roughly? I know you're more northeast, aren't you? Or northeastern from that. I should know more. Everybody might have left on us. No, we still got 21 people in. We got 30 thumbs up now. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. We're an hour and 5 minutes in. If that's how you guys are receiving it, and that may be the case, I hope we're not. I hope we don't look that fuzzy on there. She was all worried about us looking washed out because we got some crazy lights in here in the little room that we're in. We're kind of like in our own little cottage here attached to the motel. It's really neat. I don't see any more comments. Still got 19 people in though. They're not dropping off like flies. 31 thumbs up. You got anything else you want to say? Everybody got quiet on me. They've heard enough of IP Farms and Bible for one night.
Have you run out of things to say?
No, not at all. Do I ever run out of things to say? Let's see, y'all look good. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Have a great time. We will just hang. So it's already, your snow fell. I saw that in the garden the other day, and so it's there to stay now. Is that right, Annette? It's not going anywhere. Seemed like you guys had, didn't you say it was a little bit, you had good weather longer than normal, or is it way early from what it should be? I can't let you go if you're listening. He's egging you on. You believe it or not, we don't listen to the radio. We haven't turned the radio on in the car since what? We haven't had radio in the car since we came down here. Terry looks so perfect. Look at you, Austin. Yeah. I don't smile a whole lot. If you guys hadn't figured that out, why I don't smile a whole lot, but it's not because I'm grumpy, trust me. Somewhat melted, yes, good weather. That's what I thought you said, Annette. I really thought you said that it was it had lasted a lot longer. Yeah, I'll have to show you that video. Mm-hmm. She was digging in her garden, harvesting stuff with snow on them. Mm-hmm. Those two are amazing.
I love the snow.
Gerald Farm watching Gunsmoke. Sound like my dad, Jackie. He loves that. Loves that. Teenage Farmer, yes, we've had 3 hard frost. What's Scott say? It went away too quick. See, I think he does that. He knows how to. No. She's catching the comments from Scott, but I'm not.
He said, why do we need a radio when I have you?
Well, that's true. Well, that was what I was trying to get to. See, I got sidetracked. I'll get back to that, though. That's right. It's this all the time. All the time.
Believe it or not, he doesn't talk that much on the way down here.
I don't. I really don't talk a lot, honestly. You'd never know that, would you? Other than dry weather, we're having average temperatures here. It got cold here, and to answer your question again, Teenage Farmer, we had 3 hard frosts down in the 20s, and then it warmed right back up, and it's been right around 68 to 70 pretty much the whole time, and that's what the next 2-week forecast says. So usually we don't have a good hard frost around here in our area till like the 2nd or 3rd week in November, so it was definitely early from that. Let's see who else said that. Jackie's watching Gunsmoke. Why do I need a radio? So far away, people tell me I don't smile. Well, you've got that awesome mustache, Mr. Wheel, but I'm just going to divulge everything. I mean, why waste it? Because I worry about it. I worry about it all the time. Got this huge gap between my teeth that I used to have permanent braces behind. I used to do some crazy stuff with destruction cars back in the day, and had a real bad accident, and it kind of took away that permanent set of braces behind my front teeth, and they started spreading again, and instead of going back and getting them fixed, I just let it go. So I've got this huge gap between my front teeth, and I absolutely hate it. So that's why I usually don't try to smile a whole lot, which you guys see it all the time anyway. I don't know why I worry about it, she says, but that's the reason. I can't tell. That's what I say, Mr. Bryce. He's got that awesome mustache and those sunglasses. I love it. Gerald Farms, I love the old TV shows. Andy, yes, Jackie, Andy Griffith. I can just about dialogue and every episode of Andy Griffith there is. Gunsmoke, I didn't watch that as much as a kid, but I love the Andy Griffith Show and Sanford and Son. That's for sure. You were exactly right. They don't make TV like that anymore. It's a shame, because that was when TV was really TV. We don't watch TV anymore either. I don't even have cable at the house. She'll watch Netflix every once in a while, and that's it. It's mostly eat, sleep, and YouTube. The shows are best, Mr. Steve. Funny Bryce. I do like the mustache, Mr. Wheel. I do. Hanging out at Bowman Gray. That's exactly where that accident happened, Carl. Exactly, on the asphalt. When you go from dirt to asphalt, and you know what I used to do, it's a big difference. And at Bowman Gray, you had straightaway on turns, on the front stretch and the back stretch in turns 1 and 2. And needless to say, there was a car that came all the way around from the timber story. But yes, that's exactly. Bryce says Andy Griffith is awesome. I love it, Barney. My favorite part of all those shows is where Barney would get frustrated and do his hair fall. Where me and my dad would just laugh for hours about that. I haven't had TV in over 10 years. I don't blame you, Mr. Steve. I don't blame you a bit. It's ridiculous what's on there. We were talking the other night, even on Netflix, it seems like everything is either nudity, foul language, or something. I mean, I don't even know how this stuff passes on TV anymore. I want to go to a race. You would love it, Jackie. You would love it. I grew up there. I mean, that's literally like 1.5 miles to 2 miles from the farm in the heart of Winston-Salem there, and it goes way back. But yeah, I spent many years up there. Demolition Derby. I used to be in that really, really, really big North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. I didn't do as much driving as I did building. I built a lot of the cars for the guys, and a couple of my buddies are still doing it today. A matter of fact, I think there's one of them in Pennsylvania tonight. Drove to North Carolina to Pennsylvania to Derby. So, Teenage Farmer, I love the Andy Griffith Show. My sister always makes fun of me watching this. Hey, that's what it's all about. Teenage Farmer, what's your name? Have you put your name out there yet? I never did put mine out in the beginning, but everybody figured it out real quick. So I was going to ask you. I'm glad that I know Carl's now. I appreciate that, Carl. They do love Terry's. Yes, they do. It got actually. I'm not gonna take credit for it, but it wasn't but about a year and a half after we had like a rivalry. There was like 7 or 8 of us and against about 6 or 7 of them, and that's how it came to. And it got to where it was getting dangerous. I mean, we were building cars that, run what you brung. I know that's not a proper word, but that's what it was. And Jackie knows exactly what I'm talking about, race cars. But that's what it got to. And then they finally done away with it. I think maybe once in a blue moon they'll have one big car demolition derby up there. Now it's all 4-cylinder stuff and 6 cylinders.
Figure 8.
Teenage Farmers.
Yes, Ryan. Yeah, and I used to figure 8 race a lot too. Never did any of that on asphalt. That was what I transferred over from demolition derbies into figure 8 racing. I did that for several years. It was a big thing for a while here back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. We had series and stuff, and then it kind of went away, and you'd have one every now and again at a fair. I think they still run one here locally down at what is that place called? It's somewhere down towards Troy at the Uwharrie National Forest. I think they still run one down there.
What about Virginia?
I don't think they do. I don't think they run figure eights in Virginia. They still have the Derby. That's where Carl knows what we started talking about. Pittsylvania County Fair, Danville, Virginia. Brian Bryce's original Andy Griffith show. Pilot was trying to make fun of rural America, but people love it. Yeah, that's what my dad has told me about. I've watched a lot of history back on that. I've watched where they made that show, you know, in the studios and stuff, and it was, but they fell in love with it. And of course, you know, I'll know that, Mount Airy is just, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump up there from where Andy Griffith was. And then Aunt V, what was her name? I can't remember her name, but she was in Siler City, which is about, 35, 40 miles southeast of me. So we've got a lot of the Andy Griffiths right here in North Carolina for sure. See, in Pennsylvania County. Did they run the full size figure eight, Carl? I know. Did I run the figure eight up there one year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't let me run.
Because your tires.
Yeah, that's right. I took my car up there, and of course they didn't like it because of the cage I had in it and the tires I had on it. And I had a 3/4 ton truck rear end under it, and I didn't have tires and wheels to change. He said if I could change the tires, he'd let me run. We had a big spat over that, and I said I'd never go back. But I think my buddy run? Yeah, my buddy run. I think he won it, I believe. But I don't know. It just, you know, kind of outgrew that. That was a lot of the back in the day. So I've mentioned that a couple times here on the channel that, you know, about my days. But that's where a lot of the welding and fabrication came in. I mean, now if you don't have, you know, seems $10,000-$12,000 in drivetrain and stuff, you're not going anywhere. And I couldn't afford that kind of stuff. So I'm getting too old for it anyway. But I'm running over. I'm an hour and 15. We still got 18 people in here. So, I think everything's winding down. See, what is it? Not full size. So they didn't run a full size. They just did the compacted. But it's just like anything else, it dies off. But I did enjoy that, just on the dirt though, not on not on the asphalt. But so everybody else is. I think everybody's dropping off. We're not down to 11. So okay, guys, if we're at an hour and 15 minutes and 41 seconds. I don't think I'm going to go over much more than that. So if I missed anybody in the comments, I do apologize. Thank you all for the support here in the channel and everything that you bring to it. Can't say thank you enough for that. See, this is where I get in trouble. The ending of it. See, I already forgot what I said. What did I say? She doesn't know either. She's half asleep. But really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for coming in on the live stream. Enjoyed it. We'll do it again sometime. Like I said, it's not something we'll do constantly, but really appreciate all the support you guys for being here tonight. And hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll have a video coming out on Sunday about our last hoorah on the hay, and it's pretty special. So, Cousin Scott says bye, and Mr. Wheel does. Thank y'all very much. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a good weekend.